Hey guys, it's Derek here with Papaville O trains. This is going to be a long one. Um, I watched the Harris toy train auction, so you didn't have to. So I'm going to show you some of the highlights. Let's get to it. Okay, so as I said in the introduction, I watched the 2 days of the Harris toy train auction. It's Harris does these toy train auctions on a regular basis. They're out of Reno, Nevada. Um, and I went through. It's the first time I've sat down and really watched. I watched 12 hours of auction. It was Friday and Saturday, and so I thought I'd show you some of the highlights.
Okay, so real quick, I want to apologize for the crazy background noise and me kind of yelling. I had my trains running and my trains are pretty loud. So at the time I had a little microphone on, so it picks me up really good, but that's where you get that weird sound in the background. So hopefully you can deal with it, or if you want, just turn the volume down and watch because I'm going to have lots of pop-ups in there. So, all right, back to the video.
So what the auction was I somewhere have the guy's name written down. So it was on day one was the collection of Alan Osteron, and it was mostly Marx stuff, a ton of prototype from the factory. I don't know if this guy worked at the factory or knew people that worked at the factory. Super cool stuff. So let's get right to it. So the first one I'm going to show you is it's a Marx post-war O-gauge black baggage car, which was a factory prototype. Let me back up a little bit. So it's prototype stuff. They're basically one of a kinds. Stuff's falling over in place here. I got to clean this mess up. Okay, so sorry about the distraction. So a lot of them are one of a kind, or there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you that are extremely rare because it might have been made a certain way. A little later on, when I start going into day two, which is mostly Lionel stuff, I'll give you a really good example of little things that put extreme value on something. So let's get back to what I'm talking about here. All right, so this was a Marx O-gauge black baggage car, and this guy was a factory prototype. And what's kind of cool is on a lot of these prototypes, on the underside, they'll be in handwritten. It's dated, and they write the name of what factory it came out. This guy sold for $2,600. $2,600 for this one. All right, let's move on. So the next one we have is a Marx again, post-war. It's an O-gauge black sidecar. Here again, a factory prototype. This one was dated June 10th, 1952, and it was made in Girard, Pennsylvania. Here we're talking about $2,300. $2,300. Yes, that's correct. All right, next. This one's kind of cool. This is here again, factory prototype. It's an oil pumping jack with an office and a tank on it. I should have done more pictures on this one. This one is kind of neat. I was really surprised on this one. $1,900. That's $1,900, guys. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We have. Oh no, I take it back. That one went for $2,000. Even though the picture you saw. Well, I'll fix that in post and show you the right picture. So the next one here, this is an actual Southern Pacific. It's a plastic caboose, an 8-wheeler. And here again, it's a factory prototype. Got a lot of special lettering on it and stuff like this. This one was a $700 piece. And by the way, each day they did 350 lots, so it was a total of 700 lots. Some of these lots were 40, 50 boxcars, but a lot of this high dollar stuff that I'm showing you, those are all singles. So the next one up here, we got this is a hand-painted Keepville Railroad Station transformer. So I'm assuming it had the transformer built into it, or that was the plan. This is a very interesting colorful. The neat part about it is a lot of these prototypes are hand-painted. This one ended up going for, what did it go for? That was a okay, so I took a few pictures of this one. So here it is at $850. Bang, here it is at $1,300. So yeah, the sell price was $1,300 on it. All right, now so this one, this is a Merrillines, a yellow ballast dump car, $1,600. Unbelievable. A lot of this stuff, I mean, obviously most of us wouldn't have something like this, but you never know. You'd pick up something like that at a train show and say, that's a $5 car. No, it's a $1,600 car, guys. Okay, now here's a Lehigh Valley. This is a cement car, factory prototype in C7 condition. This one was a prototype model number 2125B, dated December 18th, 1958, and it also included the original factory paperwork. That's kind of cool. $1,300. What do we got here next? Okay, now this was kind of cool because there was a lot of these, and they all sold for in the $350 to $450 range. These were full cases, unopened boxes of Marx rolling stock. So on this particular one, the little black car there, that was a gondola, a high side gondola, a number 3582, and there was a dozen of those in the original boxes, and then the original case box. And then you also had on this particular one, there was 12 tank cars. So that was $350, and they had a couple of them where the cases hadn't even been opened yet. They were still completely sealed cases. So that I thought was pretty cool. Here's another one that they had. This was the same gondola car, but then this one had the 3555 scale box car with it. Here's another one. And like I say, all these, this one actually sold for $225. That was the cheapest of all of them. And then the next one here I'm showing you, this one had the factory sealed box and the other box. And that factory sealed box was that green boxcar that was in the last picture. That was $350. So now here's what I mean when they said they had a lot of lots. These are all the 8-wheeled, like they really have it listed as assorted 8-wheel boxcars. The majority of those are the service merchandise or merchandising, I believe it is. I got one over here. Hang on. So this one is pretty much a whole bunch of these guys here. And then a couple little oddballs in there. That lot, I'm not sure what that one sold for. At the time that I took that screenshot, it was at $90, but I think it went for about $250 to $300. Here's another neat one. This is a dummy for the 10,005. This is the city of Los Angeles. And here again, this one is a factory prototype, hand painted. That one was really cool. This one sold for $450. Okay, so this one, you guys know I love my Commodore Vanderbilt, so this one here was really cool. So this is a black Commodore Vanderbilt, and it is a prototype, which was really neat. C6 was the condition. As you can see, if you were to look at that closely, it's got scrapes and things on it. And it's a factory prototype. But if you look at this next picture here, you'll see the underside where they actually wrote it was the number 1061B, and it came out of Girard, Pennsylvania, and then the date January 5th of 1942. That's what puts the crazy value on these guys. I don't remember how much this ended up selling for, but at the time that I did the screenshot, it was at $700. We're going to skip that one because it didn't work out right. So this was okay. This is a Marx post-war O-gauge vibrating cattle car factory prototype. It came with its original box. It's dated September 12, 1950 in the Girard, Pennsylvania. It also comes with the controller and the track set, and is a very interesting factory prototype car. $4,100. Yes, that's correct. $4,100. Well, of course, it's a one of a kind, but $4,100. Now, You Marx experts, maybe Plunkerville, you can tell me. Did they ever actually produce this model? I don't know. This was another real pretty one. This is a hand-painted, it's just a hand-painted factory building, factory prototype. This one was done August 20th, 1953, $3,100. This one was a really nice looking, but I don't know if it was $3,100. And you can notice by, if you look to the side of it, it's got electrical connection, so I'm sure it was lit. Here's another cool one. This is a flat car with a couple of tractors on it. It was another prototype, of course. This one went for $1,200. Yeah, 1,200 bucks. Nice, nice, nice. This is a Seaboard gondola. It's white with blue, hand painted, of course. Most of these prototypes were. This is from January 20th of 1960, and this one went for $1,100. This was another hand-painted. This one is the Girard Station. Now, if you notice that it's brown and it's got a more of a bluer roof, I don't think it came like that. I can't remember if this was the green one or the red one, to be honest with you. But this, again, had an original box to it that, with original factory paperwork. This one sold for $3,300. This one is kind of neat. This is an unmarked caboose, factory prototype again, from June 20th, 1957. It comes with the original factory paperwork, and it was $1,400. Now, this is a cool one because I've never heard that they made this. This is a track cleaning car. Marx post-war O-gauge track cleaning car, factory prototype in C7 condition, model number 2128, factory prototype. This lot also comes with original factory paperwork. Look at that. That thing's pretty cool. There's a shot of the bottom of it. That ended up selling for $1,100. So this one is interesting. This is just a four-wheel gondola car. Actually, it's not a gondola car. I take that back. This is a Marx post-war O-gauge clear plastic four-wheel box car, but it doesn't have a roof. Printed June 7th of 1949, and $750. I just threw this one in there because I thought it was interesting. It's a right-hand remote control switch. Again, factory prototype. Sold for $275. This guy doesn't even have wheels on it, and it sold for $475. It's a Western Maryland red hopper. Here we have just a nice simple flat car. It's a here again, Marx, of course. All this first day was pretty much all Marx stuff. This is a Chesapeake and Ohio flat car, factory prototype, from May 11th of 1948, and it went for $950. This one I thought was really cool. So when you're looking at that box, hand model, please return. They even marked off where it says Steamline, steam type, and put battery train on there. And I was wondering, battery train, what the heck? So this one was a Marx Commodore Vanderbilt Black Loco tender, 3 freight cars, factory prototype in C7 overall condition with a tag, used with battery only. Factory prototype. This lot comes with the original box. That's what was in the box. That's what was in the box. I think they're all going to be on this side. But it worked off of a battery setup. Never seen one of those before. You know, that's, oh, and that $700. I was surprised. I thought that might go for a little bit more because of its uniqueness. And there's the tag that was actually on the engine. Kind of neat. It says, caution, use with battery only. AC will destroy the magnet. It looks like it says charge. Yeah. Important. We're going to pass that up. I'm going to pass that stuff up. Okay, so that's it for day one. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't show, obviously. There was, I mean, I think the cheapest thing that I saw sold was for about $90. There's a lot of $200 and $300, $400 stuff. I mean, day one was really cool. So I'm going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, and we'll take a look at day two. Okay, so I'm back. So like I said, this second day was a lot more Lionel, and these ones I'm not. The last batch I did them in order. These ones won't necessarily be in order, but we're going to start off with a bang. So first up, it was a Lionel post-war O-gauge 6464-250 Western Pacific Type 3 boxcar, rare from 1966. This sold for $10,000. $10,000 for one boxcar. I personally don't know what made this one so rare. Maybe it's the paint scheme. Maybe it's just the Western Pacific on it. I don't know, but I mean, and they don't list why it's so rare in the. Maybe they only made about 2 of them, 3 of them. Who knows? All right, let's move on. So this is a New York Central boxcar. Here again, extremely rare. It's a 6464. It has, this one says it has the incorrect die-cast truck there on it, and this one sold for $2,000. Next we have a Lionel post-war O-gauge Seaboard boxcar. This one was a factory prototype. And by the way, this is the this day two is the collection of Robert Kaplan, or commonly known as Bob Kaplan. Let's see if it says anything. So, this one is also in. It's in one of the books. The Lionel, page 25 of the Lionel Volume 5 by McCombs and Toohey. For a picture and description, you can see it. Boxcar was purchased by Bob Kaplan from, there's somebody Cox decades ago. But this was $12,000 boxcar here. So I'm wondering if the same guy bought both of those and is going to run probably the most expensive train ever. All right, let's move on. This one was neat. This was a post-war Quad 0000 Pillsbury flower car as a prototype with a box and everything. This was $7,600. Next up, this was just a set. It was a set number 2273W Milwaukee Road. It was an F3 with the A and a B set, and you got a culvert loader in here. We have a culvert gondola, a barrel car, an operating melt car, an operating twin dump car, a caboose, box. Milwaukee F3 A and B each have a yellow roofline stripe around it, so maybe that makes it kind of special. But this sold for $2,900. This is one of the cheaper items. This was a 773, a nice old Hudson with a 2426 Whistling tender, $1,000. So any good auction is going to have a girl set. This particular one ended up selling for $1,800. This was kind of cool. This is an MPC era from the 80s. It's an Alco diesel, but it's a clear, shell unit on it. $1,500 for that one. This one I thought was cool. There were a few pieces of, I guess you would call it memorabilia. This is a 6 foot by 44 inch. So 6 by, what would that be? 6 by over 3.5 inch. Big giant, wall poster for a dealer from 1957. Sold for $900. Any collector would love to have that. I mean, that's bigger than my. Well, no, that's about the same size as my my American Flyer, thing I got on the wall back there. So, tools can fetch some good money. So in this one, you've got a riveting set in blue with a whole bunch of different wheel presses in it too. And this sold for $550. The next one up was another riveting set, and with the other one had the wheel setting tools. This one has different riveting tools in it, and it's kind of neat because if you look close, it even has a Lionel stamp on it, and the piece that holds your riveting tools in there says Lionel Service on it. It's kind of neat. That was $800. And then this is, there's so many guys who probably wish they had something. So you have an E-unit vise and 2 wheel pullers. This was also $800. What do we got here next? We have an O-gauge 64-62 light gray gondola. There's a few that are in here that were factory paint sample cars. This one sold for $3,000. This one is actually in the one of the Greenberg guides to Lionel trains. Kind of cool. So next we have a O-gauge Timken B&O 6464 boxcar, super rare. Apparently so, because it went for $5,200. Now here is a post-war 2333 dummy, FA dummy. What's unique about this one, where it says Santa Fe, the Santa Fe is in blue lettering, and that brought what would normally be $150 piece up to $1,100. This is a Lionel post-war O-gauge Great Northern 6464. There was a lot of these 6464s. This wasn't a rare one because it was $3,300, so it was definitely a rare one. Here again, this one, there's been a few of these where it says, has the incorrect die-cast trucks on it. This is a Rutland 6464. This one also has the box, which is kind of neat. 6464-300. That dash is makes it the Rutland. $2,700 for this one. This is a 3436 automatic merchandise car with red lettering, which makes it extremely rare, apparently, at $1,800. This is another one that's in the Greenberg Guide to Lionel Trains. And I have one of those books. I should go and grab it. No, I don't have that one. Yeah, that's volume 5. I don't have volume 5. Here we have a post-war 202 Alco. What was interesting about this one? It says that it was decaled with 2-on-2 on each side of the front of the Alco units. So here again, this one's in. A lot of these are in that the volume 5 of the Lionel guide. And it even talks about the 202, and they're kind of coming off. If you look closely at that picture, the 202 on the front is actually coming off at $1,900. This is another one that went for good money. This is the B&O, and just simply says that it's extremely rare. And this one sold for $2,200. Here was another 64 Rio Grande. You say Grande or Grande? It's a Grande when you're ordering in Starbucks, but $3,900 for this one. From this boxcar is from the early 1966 production run. It has a painted yellow roof. Here we have a lot of these 6464s, Central of Georgia in red. It's got the box to it. This was a $5,000 car for you if you wanted it. Here we have a set of the 212 U.S. Marine Corps AA Alco units, the powered one and the unpowered one. The 212T original box is extremely rare. which box is that? That's the box that's on the bottom of those two. So that's what really brought your price up, and it got $3,300. Here's another one of these paint samples. This is a Colgate Palmolive Hopper car, but it was a paint sample car, and this one sold for $5,000. This one's kind of neat. It's a Lionel post-war black flat car with a road scraper on it. And one of the things that brought the value up on this, it has the box and everything, but the main variation was because it has around the front for the windshield, it's like a metal frame on here. You can see up in the picture here. Who wants a $2,200 trolley car? Okay, I mean, come on, it looks an awful lot like mine. The only difference is the one that sold for $2,200 has red lettering right there, and mine's missing the wire that comes off the top. So I guess that takes a couple dollars off of it too. Here we got another 6464. This is Santa Fe boxcar, extremely rare. This one will sell for $5,600. We got a pair of the UP 2023. This is an AA diesel unit with a gray nose. Apparently that makes it nice and rare. And $5,600. Okay, now, I was talking about this earlier, and what I'm going to show you here are 3 different boxcars that look the same.
Okay, so now I'm going to be saying the one on the top, the one in the middle, the one on the bottom. Ignore all that. I'm just going to show you separate pictures.
So the first one that I'm showing you, the one on the top, and this is how you see the biggest difference. So the one on the top is, these are all the 3435 aquarium, traveling aquarium tank or cars. So the first one, underneath each of the aquarium windows, it would say tank 1 and tank 2. This first one I'm showing you doesn't have that on there. So the second one does have the tank 1 and tank 2. Now the third one has the tank 1 and tank 2, but if you notice in the middle, the little Lionel symbol has a yellow ring around it. They say it's a gold circle. So here's the difference, guys. So the first one, the one on the top, that doesn't have the tank car numbers, $90. The second one that does have the tank car numbers, but not the little gold circle, $500. Can you guess how much the bottom one goes for? Because just having that extra little gold circle on it, $2,100. So take a close look at your cars, guys. Look for little things like that. This one looks kind of cool. Box of smoke pellets, $475. Need some light bulbs? I don't know if you can afford these ones. A case of, how many is it? 1, 2, 3. A case of 24, and these are, what number? Actually, it's got a few different ones in it. But it's $475 for that case of light bulbs. All right, so that kind of wraps it up. Like I said, there was a bunch of stuff. I mean, I only showed you a fraction, but I showed you some of the stuff that was high dollar. And let's turn this off. So I showed you some of the high dollar stuff. A lot of the stuff went for like, you know, there was a ton of stuff that went for $500 and $600, $700. With the Lionel stuff wasn't very cheap. And I bet you're asking, hey, did you get anything? Come on, Derek, what did you get? I did get something. And in my next video, once it arrives, we'll open up those boxes together and we'll take a look at it. So for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was kind of fun. You know, it's neat to live vicariously through other people's money. to see what they're doing with it, and so it's fun. So thanks for watching. Hope this one didn't bore you too much. I'm done filming, so now I got a whole bunch of editing to put all those pictures on the side over here for you. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I'm going to go have myself a nice cold adult beverage and then sit down and I think I'll watch the trains run for a little bit longer. I got my trolleys running. I have my Disney train is running over here. I got my dual Dash 9s, Chicago Northwestern Dash 9s running coming across the bridge. And I got a passenger train that apparently has stopped somewhere. It's way back in the corner, so I'll have to go and mess with that. All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends. We'll see you next time. A choo-choo!
Thank you for watching my Papa's videos.